plan to be in your mom's life, then you're gonna have to do better. Because how old is your mom?
He's 82.
All right, she's 82. Parents always want their children to do well. They want them to succeed. You're bringing drama and trauma into her life. Court is calling 2020 CR 4194, State of Texas versus Jose Luis Garcia. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense.
Juan Aguilera, attorney for Mr. Garcia.
Right. And I'm sorry, can I get the staff for the motion to revoke? And are you Jose Garcia?
Yes.
Thank you. Mr. Garcia, I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Jose Luis Garcia who was placed on community supervision in 2020 CR 4194 for the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams on August 3rd, 2020 for a term of 4 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, state.
Violated condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Jose Luis Garcia, the then and there failed to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of July 2022 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true? State.
Your Honor, state waives all the violations.
Did you understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, and sentence you to 4 years in prison and $1,500 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 5? Court would find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
No, Judge.
All right, state, what are you requesting?
Judge, state's requesting revocation. The underlying sentence was 4 years, so that's what the state's requesting.
All right, defense, what are you requesting?
Judge, originally, the active probation is recommending that he go to state ISF cognitive and substance abuse tracks, followed by intensive supervision and extend his probation for an additional 6 months. So he can complete the aftercare and the parenting programs when he does return. He had been in DDRL for 120 days treatment and then continue with several healthcare services, Genesis and mental health supervision, but he's failed to comply. Well, it tells me that the reason he's had problems is he's got a mom that he takes care of who suffers from Alzheimer's. And so a lot of times, in order to be able to take care of her, be able to meet his obligations with the probation office, that conflicted. He tried to work with the probation officer. Apparently there was a kind of funny, I was watching Cool Hand Luke last night and there was a failure to communicate,
Yes.
Judge. And so
But did everybody eat the boiled eggs though?
And so that's basically what was happening in this situation. Judge, what we're asking the court is either follow the recommendations of the probation department or in the alternative to revoke, to reform his sentence down to 2 years and revoke his probation and sentence him to TDC. The reason we're asking for the reformation of the sentence of the 2 years is that he does have his mom that he's going to need to take care of. He's been incarcerated for 302 days. In incarceration, he has 120 days at DDRF facility, so he's got 400 something days total credit. In all probability, he would probably maybe be 2 or 3 months before he would be released on parole. So basically, that's what we're asking for, so he can come back out, take care of his mom. He told me also that he just started up a mechanic business, a little shade tree mechanic, does a little work. So he's able to be there for his mom and he's able to do some jobs. So that's what we're asking the court, either the alternative, follow the recommendations of probation and send him to the ISF cognitive and with the recommendations that they're making, or reform his sentence down to 2 years and revoke his probation and send him to TDC.
All right, probation, has he done anything?
Other than that, Your Honor, the service hours will remain. There has not been a payment for any included or anything. there was. He was about it, that is it, or not, that's not. Looks like they're going to hold your referral for intensive outreach. Yes,
Okay, so is there anything you'd like to say, Mr. Garcia?
Yes, ma'am. I did.
You want to raise your right hand?
Uh,
Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Jose Luis Garcia.
All right, what do you wish to say?
Well, I did do all my community service there at DDRF, I did all my community service there. Like I said, I was talking to the probation officer at that point in time. I was telling him, look, I got my mom, I'm with my mom, and, I did tell him I was dirty. I did tell him, so I was going to mistletoe, going to him. I'm sorry. Oh, okay. I was going to mistletoe, to the mistletoe, sorry. Going to the mistletoe program, they told me to go, but I started going there, and I had told him, look, I'm 30 minutes late. And he was like, you know what, just come inside, and I had to move my mom at that point. So I was like, sir, I gotta take care of this. Go take care of what you gotta take care of, and come right back in, and my mom has so much stuff, to move back and
But
forth.
this is what I don't understand. I don't understand why people can't pick up the phone and call somebody. And your attorney is well aware. I always say, if there is some issue that you're having with probation, you reach out to probation. If you think they're not solving that issue or they're not being receptive, you can always come into court, walk in and ask the court. So I don't understand the lack of communication. In this court, there's no excuse to pick up the phone unless it's like Sharknado. Then, the phone lines are down, but otherwise there's no excuse not to call probation. And I know the probation officers, if you call them, I know they'll respond. I know they'll respond in the 187th. And I know Miss Abrams will let me know everything that's going on, because I get emails from her on a daily basis about how people in this court are doing on probation and what's going on. You just disappeared.
Thank you. I understand that. I was exactly thinking the same thing. I should have called him.
And I will tell you, I'm not considering it, but looking at this motion, you didn't call in July, you didn't call in August, you didn't call in September, you didn't call in October, you didn't call in November. And then you're telling me that you tell somebody you're going to be dirty. That means that you're not being a good caretaker or caregiver for your mom because you're using.
Yes, ma'am. But I've been there for my mom,
Well, I mean, you're not being there for your mom, because when you are not 100% there mentally and physically, that's a problem, and emotionally, because you're on drugs. So that's where we are. Probation, will ISF accept him because of the DDRF?
I mean, so he did DRF in May of 2022, he was there for 130 days. He continued to care through the Center for Services Genesis program and the mental health unit supervision. But according to the notes, he failed to comply almost immediately. I can contact the state ISF to make sure that they will take him. But it appears that he just continues to put himself around negative people,
Yeah,
not willing to make any changes.
so that's where you're not willing to make any changes.
And Judge, rather than taking up a bed, that maybe somebody that is willing to participate, that's why we're asking the court to reform his sentence down to 2 years and revoke his probation. And I've talked to Mr. Garcia, and that's an alternative. It allows him to, go and do his time, whatever time he's got, if he's going to get credit, and he's got 4 months at TDC, and then he can come back out and take care of it.
All right, do you have the trial court certification?
I don't, Judge. I was in the 187.
It's there.
Right before I.
If you'll have him fill that out.
We were in this 379 trying to stop it before he started jury trial again at
Ah,
11.
Probation, did he pay the restitution to the SAPD for laboratory testing?
What's the cost number, Judge?
The clause number is 2020 CR 4194. Yes. Thank you, counsel. Is there anything else from either side?
Nothing from a state judge.
All right, the court will grant the motion, revoke. The court is going to sentence you to 3 years in the prison. There's a $1,500 fine. Time and money will run concurrent. $60, thank you, $60 restitution to SAPD for drug testing. Give you credit for time in DDRF and credit for any time served. Showing you what's entitled trial court certification of defendant's rights to appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it? I'm sorry?
Yes.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement. I'm sorry, not a plea bargain agreement. Sorry, I'm doing 3 things at once. All right, you do have a limited right to appeal. Could I see your sheet back, counsel? And that right to appeal is as it relates to the allegations in the motion, not the fact that you are on community supervision. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right, we can go off the record. If you plan to be in your mom's life, then you're gonna have to do better. Because how old is your mom?
It's 82.
All right, she's 82. Parents always want their children to do well. They want them to succeed. You're bringing drama and trauma into her life.
Yes.
And while she still has all her faculties and know who you are, hopefully you will be a person that she can be proud of.
Yes.
And if you have a drug or alcohol problem, there are plenty of places that are free for you to take care of that. Do you understand? And did that neck tattoo hurt?
Yes.
Okay, did you think to stop when it was hurting, or you just said, you know, I've started?
I was real young and I regret all these tattoos.
How old were you?
I was like 18, 17. I was living in the streets when I was really.
All right, so did a professional do it or just somebody?
So that is somebody.
And did they use the proper tools?
Oh, yes.
Okay. All right, well, good luck to you. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank
Judge.
you.
May I be excused?
Yes.
He stood in front of the judge with one last chance hanging in the balance. But every missed call, every ignored report, and every broken condition had already built the outcome before the judge even spoke. What started as a probation opportunity quickly turned into a courtroom reality check, where excuses couldn't erase the record and personal struggles couldn't override accountability. The defense painted a picture of family responsibility, a sick mother, and a man trying to survive. But the court focused on something else: consistency, communication, and choices. And when the judge finally delivered the sentence, the room shifted. 3 years. No more warnings, no more delays, just consequences tied directly to decisions made outside that courtroom. But the most powerful moment didn't come from the sentence. It came from the judge's final words about responsibility, family, and what it means to show up for the people who depend on you. A reminder that second chances only matter when they're used.